Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Pirate Über Alles mod. What we're looking at today is that we're gonna go against the Ottomans. The last faction that we're still at war with is the Ottomans, for now anyways, and we're gonna see about fighting them. So I've been building up a lot of troops to the point where we almost have a fourth army set up. There's a lot of troops coming in here, lots of cavalry is coming in from up Lithuania, Belarus area, moving down here. Is this the scientists? I was worried here. I was wondering what the crap is the Ottomans trying to spread Islam up here? Spread disunity all the way through here, but they're here to steal my technologies. So we're moving troops here to build out the fourth army, and then I am moving in reserve regiments to replace Armfeld's army that is holding up in Dresden. Hopefully we'll be able to move them from there pretty darn soon. We've gone ahead and repaired a lot of buildings to make sure that we can keep the provinces under control. Also, in between episodes, I tore down a lot of my different what's it called? Schools all over the place. So I tore down the one that was here and also the one in Moscow, because I realized that at a certain point I'm gonna run out of technologies to research, and I'm gonna be stuck with researching stuff that I don't want to research, which is namely military technologies, because I wouldn't be able to sort of counteract in a big way the deficit that you run into from these technologies. And so if I had all these schools that were running all of these different technologies, that could be bad, and I could be leveled with, of course, a lot of technologies improve the troops and so on. However, they come at a cost, which would degrade. Well, I've gone into that plenty enough. What we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna need, you know what, I'm going to need, I sent a lot of the reserves here, but if I'm gonna open up or enable me to move all these armies up here, then I'm gonna have to move a lot of these reserves to take position over here. Now currently we are not even able to leave, technically, Vienna, because it's still unhappy. However, we've got an Ottoman army on the way, so I do want to move to block him right away. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this troop and move in. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, veteran garrison company gets like garrison policing bonus, which I'm not entirely sure if that's still in, but they're supposed to be better at garrisoning the town, so it should give a bonus to that. Does cavalry, does any other unit do something similar to that? No. I do believe it gives some benefits to that, so it could be good to getting some of these. And right now, since I have two capitals under my control, the Saxon one in Dresden and Vienna, it could be good to spam out a few of those. I do have lots of money. So that's what's going to be done today. Charles is now up here, right next to the Russian border. I figure though that perhaps rather than go and split the Russian through the middle there, the Russians are embroiled in a war down here, or embroiled, I guess is the word, down here. It looks as though they could be winning. They've taken quite a hard hit in a number of these battles, but the Russians have a very large army. And so it could be that this army is just about ready to go ahead and take out whatever Khanate this is. So I was actually thinking about relocating Charles to over here, so he would march then towards the port here and isolate the Russians further, and then the garrison troop would be strengthened here, so we would have all the sort of garrison troops move there, and since we wouldn't need to defend this, I could move this garrison force as well. It could actually be that I decide to declare war on the Russians myself rather than wait for them to declare war on me. The garrison regiments, a lot of them are down here, so I figure I should actually send them down there. Militia regiments, I don't even know if there's a point in having militia regiments because they're so poor. And this one perhaps only ends up costing me money. But we'll see. Right now we're only at war with the Ottomans, but I feel like just my luck that's gonna change for this video. I've moved a lot of spies down to this area to take a look at, to keep track on a lot of areas. So we got one for each of these areas, front lines against the Ottomans. And then I've sent a lot of spies, more of them I should say, into Russia. We had one, this one was sent here, but I think the one at their capital died, so we'll relocate him to take a look at what the Russians are doing there, because that would be the target of Charles. Now they do have a port down here, but it's a fishing port and it leads into the Caspian Sea, so it doesn't give ocean access, and the only other port in this place is another fishing pier, which is controlled by the Ottomans. So, and I do believe that the Ottomans, are the Ottomans at war with the Russians, or are they allied? They are not at war with each other right now, anyways. That could change. Is there anything else that I need to do? No. So it looks like there's going to be a clash here between Tolle and Midhat Rauf, or how you would pronounce it. Not entirely sure. And then hopefully we would be going through a lot of kind of undefended territory here, so we could easily sweep through these areas. Ultimately though, it's kind of funny because I've been talking about the goal is of course to make the Baltic Sea a Swedish sea, as sort of an old victory goal here, but my armies have ended up quite far from achieving this goal, and fighting enemies all over the place. Anyways, with that little introduction, we should probably repair this. With that little introduction of this episode, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can't come to battle with the Ottomans. Blast furnace! How blastedly well! Hopefully uprising. God damn it. Hopefully this opens up some more of the reserve regiments, and a new town came online because of my good management compared to what the AI has done. Right, so heavy cavalry, household cavalry, 2 units of grenadiers, expatriate infantry and militia. Not exactly great armies that the enemy is bringing up here to attack us. I'm gonna bring in a lot of these troops, and then we'll see if the reserve infantry is enough. It will be enough once it actually reaches. So Armfelt can go ahead and march. So that means we have both armies here on the march. and probably should march out of Vienna to deal with the rebels before they go ahead and burn the countryside down. We lost 250 men, they lost 700, they still have about 500 left after the battle, but they disperse into the countryside. Gonna go ahead and replenish the troops, probably put a general here, even though the mixture of troops in this army is not really what I probably what I would how I would organize it, but that's how it's going to be for now. As and we put some new general in charge. Ke? What sort of Swedish name is Ke? Mumson. Excuse me, what is... He can... You know what? Bye. That was strange. Okay. Detloff? What is this? This is starting to get expensive. Can we get someone... Elef... God damn it. Uncle to his men. Fine. I can't keep dismissing generals just because I don't like their names. But the first one was... I can't possibly say, oh, let's send Ke to wherever. Or however you want to pronounce it in Swedish, since it was a Swedish general. Famous Swedish general Ke. The Ottomans advance here while I move my... they will surely intercept me if I move that way. I kind of screwed myself over moving... Oh, look at that. Would I fight them there, or would I bypass them instead? Attack their base of operation, demand it to surrender, and now controlling their rear puts pressure on the enemy to move against me, or retreat really to. Oh, the Russian army that was here have disappeared. Surely this garrison will hold quite well against any advance of the enemy. Will hold up right there, which will be good. I've started building roads, so we've started building roads, paved roads, quite a bit ago in Sweden. I'm also gonna extend it now to include Finland, and I think I built it somewhere else, but I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps Russia or Muscovy, because it's such a large province, could be good. Easily move through there. Let's see if this gamble pays off. This Ottoman force right here, there's no way this force will be able to take them on. However, if I'm trying to move into the castle, I'm sure they will intercept me, and this force will be destroyed on its own. If I move it within reinforcement range, we can hope that perhaps they could march to the defense of this, or perhaps just get the Ottomans to follow this force instead of heading for the province capital. Right. Have I recruited... I think I've recruited all reserve regiments at this point. Where are they? I can't... Not that that's important. Right. We didn't come to battle, but we did claim a province, and that frees up this spy to go ahead and take a look at what's going on all the way down here. So we've got the Greeks right there, and we've got the Ottomans right here. Now I don't want to hold on to anything here, so what I would do once I take Athens is I would actually hand it over to the Greeks. as a show of good faith, and hopefully that I could stay out of that blasted place. As I have no interest in trying to hold on to a territory all the way over there. Right. I'm surprised still surprised the French keep this territory right here. Right. With that done, oh, we have a spy here as well. Good. Right, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can outmaneuver the Ottomans once more, or if we are about to get counterattacked and lose Pressburg and Lviv, I think it's pronounced. Right, let's go ahead and end turn, shall we? The Ottomans were not deterred by the fact that I cut them off from their supply lines. They push on and attack Pressburg. I don't know why they went for the smaller town rather than they could have gone directly for Vienna. But here we go. They'll surely be surrounded and smashed. As we do have the 4th Army right there. Under, I can't remember his stupid name. We'll have to figure out how to call him something else. And then Armfelt then coming down from the north, surrounding whatever is left. Now, I'm gonna see about how many Ottomans I can take with me in the siege defense. I was actually quite surprised. I was able to achieve quite the casualty rate on the enemy. We had 690 defenders, of which 359 died in the battle or killed by the enemy, although the entire force was lost. The enemy deployed 6,700 men. I killed 1,000. In large thanks to a bomb, but also the fact that the Ottomans is very cavalry heavy, and cavalry riding into a fort, hard to maneuver, easy prey for the bayonet. If my men would have held, like a lot of other units, or the enemy usually does when they fight in a castle, I probably could have achieved double the amount of kills just through that sort of fighting. As we can see here, wait, the kills of these number 350, but they lost 1,000 men. I can't have killed 650 in the bomb. I killed like 150 or so, maybe 200 with the bomb. But yeah, that's a good start on cutting down the Ottoman force. Let's see how they react to this. Army defeated. So unfortunately, the force was lost, but they did really well. Here's the. They actually laid that city under siege rather than go ahead and take it. So here's tons of those garrison cavalry ready to... well, perhaps they got word of what happened to the west, and they are reluctant then to go ahead and actually call the siege here. It is in fact a stone castle, so it would make it harder for them to deal with that. Let's see. So the repression of the garrison forces is 5, and there are 5 units, so it doesn't really improve that much. For this one it's 5. However, if we bring in these 5 troops, it would bring it up to 10, right? But it only brings it up to 8. So it does mean it's a little bit better than normally. Let's see, we've got more of these. What we'll do is we'll bring in Armfelt to lay siege. Wait, 6,700. Didn't I kill? I killed 1,000 of them. How have they managed to still be 6,700? They must have gone reinforcements while I wasn't looking. And then the 4th army under... We'll call him something else at some point. Well, I guess we can call him Hog, because that's sort of his name. I don't know why their names are like if you randomly just type on the keyboard. It's not even remotely Swedish. We're gonna bring these reserve troops in here, and now we can keep this under control. Good. And actually, we don't need them going. Right, they ran all over the place. You should actually go here and aid that. So let's see, with the both of them, still not enough to crush them in an out-resolve, I think. But we can keep that army bottled up there, because look at what they've got. The other areas here have nothing. And let's close. Then Tolle will go and close out another area, which is this area right here. Oh, they actually stand to fight us. 1,200 men. That's an out-resolve. They lost most of it. We lost 360. They retreat to the port town. I'll demand surrender of this area, and they accept. And I just gained yet another Ottoman territory. Oh, they're even happy that I took over. They, would you look at that? Would you look at that? I come in as a well, I did demand surrender, so we didn't fight over the area, so there was no destruction to civilian property or anything like that. So I do understand that the local populace then would see me as a liberator rather than a conqueror. What I think we continue here with doing, or what we will continue here with, is that we'll keep these guys bottled up here, while Tolle will go and mop up a lot around here, and then as they're about to starve, we'll storm the fort. Here, I guess we'll have to add troops to the point where we could see about what would cavalry is probably the best to send here. I can send 2 of these, and then a bunch of dragoons could be sent over to aid and perhaps be able to break the siege here. This troop could actually be marching there, although it's not going to make it in time. Perhaps if they left the cannons, they march at the same speed as the cannons, so that would not help. And now the king is ready, almost, for a possible invasion of Russia. And with that, we have no more moves to make. Perhaps I should send my fleet in to the Mediterranean again and look for enemies. Perhaps Ottoman fleet. I do make a lot of money, so I think we should expand the fleet a little bit, but I want those. I want the bigger ships. Wait, have I reached the limit? No, it's because they're so expensive, and they have a limit as well. But another 2 ships, because some of these Ottoman fleets are rather large. Let's go ahead and end turn once more, and see if Tolle can capture another area. Now, he won't have the movement speed to make it over here, but he will have enough movement points to crush the substantial force in the area, which is entirely cavalry. Hopefully the Ottomans go ahead and take Belgrade back and then concentrate the force there, so that Tolle has a perfect target for where the enemy is concentrated. He can smash them through, and then from there he can go to Bulgaria. But with that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see what the Ottomans do in response to this. Just as I had hoped, Belgrade gets attacked by the force, and now when I see it in full, it is all cavalry, which perhaps makes this an ample target where I could actually even win the fight. We have 1,300 defenders. It's local troops, Serbians, defending Belgrade under the Swedish flag against 3,000 under... Wait, it's Bekir motherfucker? No, Mutterferrika. Not motherfucker. But I'm sure that's what the Serbs gonna call him. Anyways, once more, onto the ramparts. Can't really do anything about it now, but I do realize now, a little bit late, there is no fort on the map. We have been able to set down spikes, and we do have a trap right here, which looks like the Ottomans are sort of going around my traps, perhaps. I'm gonna retreat the troops over here. Looks like they're gonna ride onto these anyways. Oh no, they're making a line. I thought they were moving the entire army around the spikes. They're making a line. That's what they're doing. But I might as well move the troops around a little bit in preparation. Don't have a great spot for this guy. Putting him in the woods. The militia don't have... Yeah, they do have bayonets. Jesus Christ, look at that. Imagine being one of the soldiers here and looking out onto a absolute sea of Ottoman cavalry. And now we're just waiting patiently for the enemy to strike. And here they come, here they come. 3,000 horsemen barreling down onto the spikes. Looks like they're gonna be able to. They're gonna go on to every single spike. The general can form square, but the thing is, I want him to fire off his shots. The militia was too late, I think. Oh shit. Oh, ooh, they're concentrating! Look at that. They're concentrating the amount of troops. All their cavalry is around there. When that goes... God damn it, this unit didn't bloody fire correctly. I'm gonna form it into square. Immediately. Alright, we've got this guy retreating. This guy is Okay, the 2 militias are broken. The volunteers are broken. The square holds on though. We keep luring the Ottomans into traps constantly. I think not a single spike is left. Well, yeah, a few actually. The amount of cavalry the Ottomans lost in this battle, insane. There goes the heroic general though. Or officer, I should say. They hold on, despite there being thousands of cavalrymen around them, and literally everyone else ran away almost immediately. I wonder if, perhaps if I'd formed into thicker lines. I do think you get a bonus for fighting cavalry in wooded area, perhaps. While it is a close defeat, I'm sure the Ottomans regret attacking. Here's the result of the battle. We lost our entire force to the motherfucker. However, the motherfucker only killed 254 of our men. The rest of them ran to the hills, while he ended up losing 700 of his cavalrymen. Almost a third of his force died in the battle. I do think motherfucker will be recalled to the capital to answer for such. The militia did really poorly. Right. But even though it's a loss, I will actually count it as a victory. I in fact did not have to declare war on Russia. Russia declares war on me. As you might notice, Hanover is in an alliance with me. That is because I was supposed to set up a trade deal with them, and I was clicking a little bit too fast, and their counteroffer was that I had to ally with them, so that's why we're allied with the Hanoverians. However, since the start of this campaign, Hanover hasn't fought anyone, and no one has fought Hanover, so I think we're safe from the Hanoverians dragging us into something stupid. Army defeated. Another priest, god damn it. Serbia was lost. Military technology, flintlock cannon, wonderful. And ancillary gained. This is full bottle manned. Morale in battle, that's not good. And I'm not entirely sure who you... Oh, you're a spy. Right, the Ottomans did exactly what I wanted them to. They played into my hand and concentrated their force in Serbia. Now they are protecting the bridges heading north, but my army of course is in the south. They moved the guns to the bridges. These are fixed guns, so as my army comes in from the south there, attacks Belgrade once more, we'll be facing a cavalry army with cavalry reinforcements. The only 2 units they have of 3 units of infantry. It will be a disaster for the Ottomans. The Ottomans continue their siege here. It's into 3 turns left. We are 4 turns left over here. Can't really see how many they have lost due to attrition. But so far so good. We're gonna get more reinforcements coming down to aid here. These ones will actually make it, and potentially also the cavalry here. So we will boost the force and hopefully actually save this area from falling into Ottoman hands. Now, with war with Russia comes potential attacks. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to hold this frontier fort here, and I'm pretty sure that Charles will have a wonderful time marching into here and then up to the enemy's capital. However, there's one area that lies unprotected, which is this one right here. And now also I realized that Ukraine lies unprotected. And the Russians will make it there before us, unfortunately. But what I was thinking is perhaps the Wild Fields, not particularly interested in holding on to that. So perhaps I could trade it away to someone, but I'm not entirely sure who. Or right now anyways. Right, we'll keep these bastards bottled up. I have no intention of destroying them just yet. Once we do destroy them though, which we will thoroughly, both these armies will be freed up and we will wreak havoc through the Ottoman lands. But first things first, now we're gonna attack. We were not intercepted. They're gonna get reinforced by 1,700 men. They have a force of 3,600, most of which is cavalry. And we have twice that many men to start off with. Plus we've got better cannons. And we've got a lot of infantry that's gonna hold out against their stupid cavalry charges. I am sure that Tolle will be able to crush the enemy. And with that said, let's go ahead and have ourselves a little battle against the Ottomans. We're starting off the battle not with a random cavalry charge by the enemy. Instead, I'm moving up my dragoons to try and provoke the enemy into such a reckless cavalry attack. Currently, they're sitting back, assessing the situation. My cannons are definitely winning the cannon battle. So they're doing a lot more damage than what the enemy is. Something someone noted, which I don't think I actually sort of put into words, is the reason why counter battery fire is so useless in this mod is, of course, because the high arc means that the cannon shots don't bounce, and when they don't bounce, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to actually hit anything. Currently our dragoons taking quite the hit from, probably would have been better to just charge in rather than to wait for my men to fire. This unit fire? Well, now they did. Perhaps I lost too many men in that. I want to stop them from setting up the spikes, but I don't want to go too hard into that. Right, I can hear a lot of horses dying. And the unit that charged, the infantry unit, broke. However, it only ever lost 10 men. But I'm ordering my cavalry back anyways. Actually, turn around. They're only sending one of their cavalry units in pursuit. And it isn't even a cavalry unit. It's a nomad camel unit. I don't get this sometimes when you clearly order them to attack and they decide to sort of continue moving in the same direction they were at before. So while we did lose quite a bit of cavalry there, this one has yet to rally. Oh, it's shattered. We did take out quite a bit of enemy units, and it seemed to have worked because their entire cavalry force is set up as a single unit moving forward. I was hoping you'd rally, but no. I've set up my line, as we can see, in this kind of checkered formation, so that each unit could potentially be protected from flank fire from other units. So the idea is the front units, after firing their full volley, would go into square, and the enemy would snatch onto the square and fight that, while the units that are back here would be able to still fire full volley, so bring full amount of fire. Now, since the enemy is concentrating so much in the center, could be really bad news for us. However, right in the center I've got the cannons pretty close by, and because of the high arc, I don't know if you've seen that, but when you fire a canister, it fires in the same high arc as the cannonballs do. So you have this crazy like sort of skeet shooting type thing going on with the canister shots. Right, so this guy managed to get through. What I've gone ahead and done is I've put the 4 units of Västerbotten down here. So these guys are recruited from up north in Sweden. They are put on the left side here. And then almost the rest of the entire army is Jönköping regiments, with 3 units of enlisted and then 3 units of grenadiers. In case it would be... oh crap. Right, now we get to test out the plan here. Because these two should hopefully then be able to continue to fire and do damage to this guy. Oh, there's more coming. Fire on this one. You will hold fire until they're closer. I was afraid they'd do some friendly fire, but no one died from friendly fire there. And this unit is kind of falling apart even before reaching us. They're kind of reluctant to send their entire force in. So I don't know really what they're doing here. I mean, the best chance they have is to send everything in at once, hoping to overwhelm us, rather than attacking like this in piecemeal. This unit's gonna have to be formed into square, because there's just so many of them attacking now. Okay, now they seem to have listened to me. Okay, you're gonna have to form into square, which it's a little bit too many squares on this side. You should probably form into square as well, because you've lost so many men. The enlisted regiment, which is right behind this square, should probably be moved here, because now there's a lot of enemy units right there. I'll move one of the heavy cavalries to support that. Dragoons fired on something. Dragoons should actually be moved in to aid with the main fight here. So this guy should be formed into square. This guy should be formed into square. Oh, they passed through and attacked this right here. Keep the squares going, if you please. You will drop the square and you will move to that side. And you will now fire at will. The heavy cavalry will move to aid on that side. Looks like... Oh, they actually broke through here. And they're now hitting the grenadiers. That's why I have the heavy cavalry in reserve. So they can go in and aid in case the enemy actually did break through. Which they did right here. Which is not too great. Perhaps I did my line too wide, really. Perhaps I should have made it deeper instead. Right, the heavy cavalry pushes through. Heavy cavalry pushes through over there. While I have lost troops, my lines do hold. Drop square, and make into straight line now. We've got another one of the Westerbottens breaking. I'm ordering the Grenadiers and this enlisted to go ahead and cover that. We have so much cavalry fighting here that... okay, 2 Dragoons broke. But the 2 heavy guard cavalries are still in there fighting. We've got infantry coming in. We're gonna have to withdraw in the face of infantry just to be able to get the support of the other units. Grenadiers could be moved up and aid that fight. We have another infantry regiment that broke. Heavy cavalry broke actually in the face of that. God, this is kind of a mess. Order all of those back. Ah, it's a Dragoon regiment that has rallied. And then we have an additional 4 units over here. Okay, now it's a bit risky for the Grenadiers to throw grenades. However, they could charge in and aid it that way. Cannons will hold fire and switch to canister because the enemy is now within canister range. We'll go ahead and fire on that. Oh, you're about to get charged by Mamluks. Yeah, I should have made... I think the plan worked pretty well. Until... it didn't. There was simply just too many Ottoman forces coming in to fight us here. Can I get canister on these 2? You need to aid this one as much as possible. Oh, it's was lost. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to form into square. A lot of small units here probably need to retreat back already. And then you should be called back. That Grenadier unit got screwed over. These units need to hold fire. Normally it's usually quite easy to hold back the crazy cavalry charges of the Ottoman army, but in this case they've really run us through. And there goes another regiment. I'm pretty sure that Grenadier unit might actually be destroyed. Yeah, it's only 7 men left, unfortunately. But the Ottomans have suffered heavy casualties as well. General decides to shoot his own unit in the back. We have 1 heavy cavalry unit and a Dragoon left to be called in to the fight. Fire canister through all of this. I do think, though, at this point, that the Ottomans have run out of steam and manpower. And we should be able to win the struggle from here on out. Squad fighters. I don't know what... That's a huge unit and it's spread out like hell. I'm moving over these three units to kind of take over this front line, as we have too many small units that are in dire need of being replaced. The squad fighters finally defeated. Infantry being brought up like that. Rallied units being brought up here. And now the replacement units are about to take the front line. Throw a few grenades before we go ahead and retreat from this area. Blow them up. Right, let's make sure that the front line here, these units probably shouldn't be on the front line. We have two other units to take their place. And now the grenadiers will retire. Canister will be fired into that. You are free to fire. And then the other two units will be moved forward to fire good volleys into all of this. Good amount of canister being thrown into the Ottoman attackers over there. Oh, another... Oh, I thought it was another cavalry charge, but it's just the squad fighters, which we have fought down to literally only 7 men left in that unit. And finally, I thought the fight was going to be a lot easier. This turned out to be quite hard. Gonna bring up troops as to reinforcement because we got Mamluk unit that is looking to flank us over here. The Ottomans, they're holding on though. They're holding on. I cannot say they're in full retreat just yet. I'll order forward with the dragoons to sit there, and then the heavy cavalry can make their way to the enemy cannons. Now, they've put spikes all along the line here. The way around it would be here. Right, it's this unit, and then the Mamluks in the woods. Once they're gone, then we're gold. Right, the Dragoon chased these guys away. Time to order the cannons to hold fire. The heavy cavalry will swing around, get the cannon, and I'm pretty sure the Mamluks here will come back. I'm quite certain they will rally. So I'm going to order all 3 units to form line. We'll see about preparing to shoot those guys down. Let's go ahead and make sure. Yes, we have rounded these spikes. And now we'll go directly for the unit. Let's make sure there's no spikes in the way. Nope. And then we can deal with that. And just as I thought, the Mamluks have rallied. Will we be able to fire though before they are able to get away? Right. Hold fire. And it's just this one left. Turns out that this fight was quite hard. And a lot of our men lie dead on the field. But even more Ottomans, and as it stands, we are left on the field. And we will once again be in control of Belgrade. Here's the result of the battle. We deployed 6,300 troops, while the enemy deployed 5,400. That motherfucker. They were actually more than I thought. I thought we were actually quite heavily outnumbering them. Clearly that was not the case. And I do note here that one of the grenadier units is lost from the battle roster. So he was completely destroyed. We ended up losing 1/3 of our army, around 2,000 men. The enemy, though, lost basically everything. Out of 5,400 men, 5,100 died, with only 322 making it away from the battle. Highest kills goes to demi-cannons, followed by a dragoon regiment, followed by demi-cannons, and so on as we go down through the list. And well, as I said, once again, I'm in control of Belgrade and Serbia. It's gonna cost me quite a bit. We were already replenishing them. Now we're gonna have to replenish them even more. I'm gonna go ahead and repair that. Now maybe the Belgradians. I think they're even more happier now. 22. Small forces of Ottoman survived. 2 cannons moving here. Cavalry and cannons moving here. I'm in complete control here. I still have, of course, 4,000 men. So even before I get completely reinforced, I could move on and go ahead and seize Bulgaria. From what I can, from what I can see, there's not a lot of Ottoman forces. There is rather a sizable force here, and it's got the organ gun. I'm pretty sure the organ gun actually fires explosive shot. So that could actually be something rather dangerous. It does have a little bit of a lower range, 750. Could also be that the AI usually place them in really awkward positions as well. Turkish baths out here next to coastline. Keeps the populace in check. Right, I think we'll go ahead and end it here though, because I feel we're gonna get dragged into even more things as we go along here. What we have left is, of course, we need to cancel out here. And then this fight right here. So we got 2 sieges going on. One where we're laying siege and one where we're being laid siege to. We have a potential attack by the Russians here, where they could take that before I'm able to come in and actually stop that, which would be a rather large problem. If the Ottomans or the Russians move on this area, I'd probably actually sell it to someone. Not sure yet. I'm pretty sure this garrison will hold out just fine. I'll place so many bombs all around, and then we got these guns, which are really deadly, and a grenadier, so I should be fine. The king will be moving through and ridding the Russians of their capital, and also their only international port, which will heavily reduce their ability to fight, continue the war. They're currently making close to 5,500 from this trade. That will be cancelled once I take that out. However, as it is, I do have a lot of holes kind of in my front line. I mean, the front line is huge though, so it kind of makes sense. But we moved forward, we claimed 2 territories, lost 1. Overall, I'm happy with the situation, and I feel like we have a pretty good chance here of completely wiping out all the Ottomans, kicking them completely out of Europe here. And once that's done, I'm pretty sure they will sign peace with me, and I could focus more armies on the Russians, retaking Crimea and pursuing any force that has moved into these areas. I still make tons of money, so it could be that I'm gonna recruit even more cavalry just to chase down Russian stragglers as we continue fighting there. But that's in the future. For now, I will be saying, like I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.